Ready for some Thanksgiving football.
Always a great way to kick off the holiday.
We've got the Dallas Cowboys facing their rivals, the New York Giants, this year.
Should be an interesting matchup.
The Cowboys haven't had the best season, though. They're at 4-7 right now.
Losing Dak Prescott was a big blow.
Definitely changed their trajectory. So, I think they can pull off a win on Thanksgiving.
Well, with Cooper Rush leading the offense, it's a question mark.
He did well against Washington, right?
He did, but consistency has been an issue for him. Plus, there's that injury report mention.
Ah, right. He was listed.
Yeah.
But he says he's playing.
Hopefully he's good to go.
How do you think he'll handle that Giants pass rush, though? They've been tough on quarterbacks.
Oh, the Giants are going to get to him. I'm predicting at least 5 sacks on Rush.
5. Wow. That'll disrupt the Cowboys' offense for sure.
No doubt. They'll need to find ways to protect him.
Looks like a lot's going to be riding on CeeDee Lamb's shoulders then.
He's been their standout player so far this season.
And he just got that big contract extension, too.
Yeah, he's going to have to earn it. Especially with Jake Ferguson out for this game.
So more pressure on Lamb.
Absolutely. I think we'll see a lot of Brandon Cooks and Jalen Tolbert getting involved, too.
What about the run game? Think they can get anything going there?
It'll be tough against that Giants defense. I predict half their offensive production comes from Lamb.
Wow. That's a heavy load.
Yeah.
Let's talk defense. What about Micah Parsons?
He'll be key. Remember, he got injured against the Giants earlier this season.
That high ankle sprain, right?
Yeah, but he's bounced back strong. Multiple sacks in recent games.
Think he can keep that up against the Giants?
Well, their offensive line is a weak spot. And with Drew Lock at quarterback, opportunity for Parsons.
He's got a personal best of 2.5 sacks in a game.
I say he breaks that record this Thursday.
You think he'll be the key to stopping the Giants' offense?
He'll definitely be a factor,
Huh?
but the Giants can be unpredictable on offense.
It's a rivalry game. On Thanksgiving, no less. Anything can happen.
Exactly. These games always have a different energy.
So, even though the Giants are slightly ahead in the standings,
It's anyone's game on Thanksgiving.
let's dive into the Giants a bit more. We've talked pass rush, but what about their offense overall?
Drew Lock's got potential, but he can be inconsistent.
So the Cowboys' defense needs to capitalize on those inconsistencies?
For sure. And their running game hasn't been anything special.
So if the Cowboys contain that pass rush and take advantage of Lock's mistakes,
They might have a chance, but their own offensive struggles could be their downfall.
seems like the quarterbacks and the battle in the trenches will be key here.
Absolutely. Those are the areas to watch closely. Whoever wins those battles likely wins the game.
This Thanksgiving Day game has all the makings of a nail-biter. Divisional rivalry, playoff implications.
High stakes for both teams.
What do you think will be the deciding factor?
Honestly, it's a toss-up. Both teams have their strengths. Both have weaknesses.
What about special teams? They've been a factor for both teams at times.
Special teams can definitely swing a close game. Field position, momentum shifts, it all matters.
We can't forget about the coaches either. Both have a lot of experience.
And they know each other well. It'll be a chess match between them, trying to outsmart each other.
So we've got coaching, special teams, quarterback play, the battle for the line of scrimmage.
We've covered a lot of ground. It's going to be an exciting and unpredictable game for sure.
Ultimately, though, it comes down to the players on the field.
They're the ones who'll decide this.
Any final thoughts on this matchup before we move on to the individual players?
It's tough to say for sure who'll come out on top,
Both teams have a lot to prove in this one.
especially the Cowboys. They need this win.
All right, let's shift our focus to the players then.
Starting with those quarterbacks, Cooper Rush for the Cowboys and Drew Lock for the Giants.
Both have had their fair share of criticism this season. How do you see them performing on Thursday?
Well, Rush has had moments of competence, but he's also been prone to inconsistent play. Can he step up against this Giants defense? That's the question. It's a tough defense to face, that's for sure.
And Drew Lock, he's kind of a wild card, isn't he?
He is. He can make some great throws, but he's also prone to mistakes.
The Cowboys need to be ready to capitalize on those mistakes.
Absolutely. Turnovers could be a big factor in this game.
And Micah Parsons will be crucial in creating those turnovers.
Speaking of Parsons, how do you think he'll do against that Giants offensive line?
They've struggled this season. I think Parsons could have a big game.
He's definitely a threat, but you know the Giants coaches are well aware of him.
They'll have a plan to try to contain him.
Oh, for sure. It'll be interesting to see how they approach it.
On the other side of the ball, you've got CeeDee Lamb going up against that Giants secondary.
That's a matchup to watch. Lamb is such a talented receiver.
The Giants will need to find a way to slow him down.
If they can't, he could have a field day.
Let's talk special teams for a moment. Both teams have had their ups and downs in that area.
Yeah, special teams can be unpredictable.
Could be a factor in a close game like this one.
Absolutely. Field position and momentum swings can be huge.
We've talked players. What about the coaches?
Interesting matchup there, too. Both coaches know these teams inside and out.
And they know each other? It'll be a battle of wits on the sidelines.
Like a chess match. Each coach trying to outmaneuver the other.
We've covered a lot. Anything else our listeners should be thinking about going into this game?
Don't forget, it's a divisional rivalry.
Those games always have a little something extra.
Records can go out the window in rivalry games. Emotions run high.
So expect the unexpected.
Always. You never know what's going to happen in these games.
Let's talk about the history of this rivalry. It goes back a long way.
Decades of battles between these two teams. Some really memorable moments.
And for the fans, this is more than just a game. It's personal.
It's bragging rights. It's family tradition. It's generations of fans going back and forth.
And playing on Thanksgiving just adds to that.
Definitely. Makes it even more special. Families and friends gathering together.
Sharing a meal, watching the game, creates those lasting memories.
Win or lose, it's a special day for these fans.
Let's not forget the playoff implications here. Both teams are still in the hunt.
Every win is crucial at this point in the season.
A win for the Cowboys would be huge. They need to start stringing some wins together.
Especially if they want to make a playoff push.
And for the Giants, a win would solidify their position as a contender.
Sends a message to the rest of the division.
So we've got a lot of intrigue going into this Thanksgiving Day game. Hard to predict what'll happen.
But that's what makes it so exciting.
The Cowboys have faced their share of adversity this season.
But they've shown resilience. They haven't given up.
They're still fighting for their goals.
And that's something we can all learn from. Never give up on your dreams.
No matter the obstacles, keep pushing forward.
That's the spirit of this game.
As we gather with our loved ones on Thanksgiving, it's worth remembering that.
These athletes put in so much work, so much dedication.
They inspire us to be our best.
It's a privilege to watch them play.
Let's acknowledge the people behind the scenes, too. The coaches, the trainers.
They don't always get the recognition they deserve.
But they're essential to the team's success.
Absolutely. And of course, the fans. They're the heart and soul of this game.
Their energy and passion make it all so much more exciting.
They're the ones who truly make this sport special.
To all the fans out there, happy Thanksgiving and enjoy the game.
Now let's turn our attention to the field. The real action is about to begin.
Any final predictions?
Tough to say. Both teams have a shot. It could go either way.
Cowboys need Cooper Rush to play smart. Avoid turnovers.
Giants need to run the ball effectively and keep Drew Lock upright.
It's going to come down to a few key plays, a few moments of brilliance, maybe a costly mistake.
That's what makes these rivalry games so unpredictable and so much fun to watch.
Let's sit back and enjoy the spectacle.
The drama, the intensity, the passion, it's all part of